major on D&D? D&D? Yes. Okay. Now I feel like my smallest. I'm like, you have to change this for that. That's all. There's no silver lining. Not at all. All right. Wow. It's so short. I can't see her to sit there. Good morning. We are now about to begin the program. I ask that everyone stay silent. Thank you. My name is Millie Harris. I am Cristo Jesuit's Director of College Counseling, and I had the pleasure of serving as the Senior Class Advisor for the class of 2025. On behalf of the seniors in our entire school community, I welcome you to the Cathedral of Mary, our Queen, for the 15th Commencement Day exercise of Cristo Rey Jesuit High School.
Buenos días. Para nuestras familias hispanohablantes es un honor que nos acompañen hoy en este día aquí en la Catedral de María Nuestra Reina para la 15ª ceremonia de graduación del Colegio Jesuita Cristo Rey.
So that everyone here may enjoy this happy day, I ask you to please silence all cell phones and other electronic devices. The trustees, faculty, and staff of Cristo Rey Jesuit High School will now enter in a traditional academic procession. Please remain seated so that all may enjoy the procession. And now, it is my pleasure to introduce you to the members of the class of 2025. Please welcome Daniel Rizzo, Chair of the Board of Trustees for Cristo Rey Jesuit High School.
Good morning. Welcome, graduates, family members, and guests. As Chair of the Board of Trustees, I'm honored and delighted to stand before you this morning as we celebrate the wonderful achievements over the past 4 years by the class of 2025. Class of 2025, all of the trustees as well as the faculty and staff join me in congratulating you on reaching this important milestone in your academic journey. I can tell you this from my heart. In all that I do as board chair, I'm inspired by you, by your hard work, your determination, your resilience, and the spirit that you've all shown throughout these years. Your Cristo Rey journey began in the midst of the pandemic. You've learned to face challenges squarely and forged ahead. Such skills, combined with all that you've learned in the classroom and all the classroom and labs on the fields and stage and in your work study assignments, will serve you well as you leave this place and go on to your college and your careers. Today, as we welcome you, your families and friends to this beautiful cathedral on this special day in your lives, I'm confident you will find ways to share your faith with others. Seek solutions to problems in the world and never give up on the dreams you're dreaming, especially the ones that can change your life and the lives of all that you meet along your journey. The teachings and values of St. Ignatius Loyola shape all that we do at Cristo Rey Jesuit, and I hope you will always carry his prayer in your heart as you go through life. Like every one of our 14 graduating classes that have come before you, you each have earned admission to a 4-year college, a remarkable achievement, and I congratulate you on this. In the fall, some of you will stay in Baltimore while others will head to College Park, Frostburg, Pittsburgh, Charlottesville, Buffalo, Philadelphia, and places beyond to embark on your next adventure. No matter where you head next, you won't be alone. You'll have some scholarship money and grant money going with you. Together, you've been awarded in merit scholarship and financial aid more than $5 million for your first year in college. And $16 million more to help you get across the finish line to your college degree. Again, congratulations, an amazing accomplishment. Please allow me a moment to acknowledge those who've made a difference in the lives of the class of 2025 along their journey, starting with their families. From the very start, Cristo Rey Jesuit has been a family, a community of families, and that family includes the parents, grandparents, guardians, and family members who helped these seniors as they entered as 14-year-old ninth graders just 4 years ago and have been their support at home all along. Graduates, please stand up and turn around so you can give your family and friends a special Hornets appreciation. I am certain their love and support have played a big part in you being here today. Next, we would not be here today without the outstanding faculty and staff that makes Cristo Rey Jesuit a special place. Please know that in all the many roles you play, as teachers, coaches, advisors, administrators, and even as a helping hand when a helping hand is needed most, you've made a difference in the students' honor today. Please stand so that we may recognize you. We're so very grateful for our many generous scholarship donors who ensure that we have the funds to make Cristo Rey Jesuit education possible. And we appreciate the corporate partners that welcome our students into the workplaces and offer them a chance to participate in meaningful work experiences. We've often seen how these experiences can lead to careers that our students may not even have considered if it not for your support. From hospitals, law firms, and community organizations to real estate firms and financial institutions and many other workplaces, the Corporate Work Study Program has contributed to the future careers of the class of 2025. And so let us express our appreciation to our generous donors and corporate partners. One last thing, class of 2025, when you receive your diplomas today, you'll be part of a historic milestone. As you become alumni today, you will bring our total to 1,021 Cristo Rey Jesuit graduates, our first 1,000 graduates. Welcome.
We will now welcome to the podium Mr. Michael Muldowney, Trustee and Chair of the Corporate Work Study Program and Jobs Committee. He will introduce the Salutatorian of the class of 2025.
Good morning. Good morning. This isn't a funeral or mass, it's graduation. God is great, God is great. The Corporate Work Study Program is the hallmark of the Cristo Rey Jesuit education. It's the part of our curriculum that sets us apart from every other secondary school, public or private. One day a week for 4 years, our students are off campus working alongside a company's employees as work-study interns, engaging in real projects, learning the ins and outs of what it's like in a workplace. Sometimes, as Dan said a moment ago, these experiences lead to a career after college. Other times, they help our students discover what careers they do not want to pursue. Either way, it's an important part of the Cristo Rey Jesuit experience. One of the important things about this program is that it does not reduce the students' academic requirements. That means our students must find a way every week to do 5 days of classwork in 4 days, even when they're taking advanced placement classes, dual enrollment classes, and honors level classes. The good news, they are getting it done and done well. The Corporate Work Study Program takes very seriously its top award for a graduating senior. We honor the most outstanding senior in the program as the class Salutatorian. This is the student who exemplifies the resilience and determination that are the mark of a successful person. Since 9th grade, this year's honoree has received high marks every year in his work-study experiences. Just this month, his supervisor shared the following with us. Quote, "It has been a pleasure to watch your growth from freshman year to a graduating senior. Based on the dedication, confidence, enthusiasm you showed while interning with Whiting Turner, we know that you will continue to succeed. It is my distinct honor to invite the salutatorian of the class of 2025, Mr. Calvin Robinson, to the podium.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning, everyone, teachers, families, friends, and most importantly, my fellow graduates. Today is more than just a celebration, it's a proof of how far we've come. 4 years ago, we walked into Cristo Rey Jesuit High School unsure of ourselves. Now we leave more confident, more capable, and more aware of the world and our place in it. We faced challenges, had long nights, big tests, moments of prayer, and shared late-night submissions. But through it all, we grew. We supported each other, and we made memories we'll never forget. To our teachers, thank you for believing in us, challenging us, and helping us grow. To the people in the Corporate Work Study Program, and to my worksite supervisors at White and Turner, thank you for giving me the chance to experience the real world of working. I know all of us in the class of 2025 are grateful for the many work corporate study partners who gave us something to be responsible for. To our families, thank you for your endless love and support. To my mom, Tanya Bridges, who told me I can do anything I put my mind to, and I'm pretty sure I'm doing it. Thank you. I appreciate and love you. And to my fellow seniors, as we become the graduating class of 2025, thank you for your laughs, your lessons, and the time we spend enjoying each other's company. As we move forward, whether it's for college, work, the military, or something completely different, let's carry with us the lessons we've learned here at Cristo Rey Jesuit and grow with them. Let's keep showing up, taking chances, and lifting each other up. When we began high school, we were still figuring it out, who we were and what we were supposed to do. Now, after years of growth, challenges, and persistence, we leave with clearer minds, stronger spirits, and the confidence to face whatever comes next. Now it's our turn. Let's go show the world what the class of 2025 is made of. We may not know exactly what the future holds, but I know we're ready for it. Congratulations, class of 2025. We did it. The best is yet to come. God bless. Thank you.
Amazing job, Calvin. At this time, we have 3 very special awards to present to graduating seniors. The Asia Ring Memorial Award, the Pedro Arrupe S.J. Faith that Does Justice Prize, and the Cristo Rey Way Award. Our Director of Admissions, Mrs. Patricia Hill, will start off the award presentation with the Asia Ring Memorial Award.
The Asia Ring Memorial Award honors our colleague, Asia Ring. She was a passionate and beloved member of the Corporate Work Study program. In 2013, Asia's family and friends established a scholarship endowment in her memory, so the Cristo Rey Jesuit would be able to honor Asia by helping deserving students with scholarship funds forever. The award being presented today includes a certificate, a specially commissioned medal, and a scholarship award to help the honoree at college this fall. This award is given to the member of the senior class who has most consistently demonstrated Asia's best qualities: her determination to succeed despite obstacles and setbacks, her strong work ethic, her straight-talking, no-nonsense, down-to-earth approach to life, a unique confidence in one's own style, a loving nature, a great sense of humor, and maybe even her flair for fashion. Asia was not just a colleague at Cristo Rey Jesuit. She was my friend. And we who know her miss her presence with us. And so it is my honor to present you the winner of the 2025 Asia Ring Memorial Award, Janera Harvey. Please come forward and join me.
I invite our campus minister, Mr. Lawrence Parr, to the podium to present the Pedro Arrupe S.J. Faith That Does Justice Prize.
The Pedro Arrupe S.J. Faith That Does Justice Prize honors the former Superior General of the Society of Jesus. He is considered the second founder of the Jesuits because of his passionate work throughout the 1970s to renew the Jesuits' dedication to faith that promotes justice and a preferential option for the poor and marginalized. This cause has its roots going back 5 centuries to the teachings and values of St. Ignatius of Loyola. Father Arrupe called each of us to live a life of faith and action, a commitment to live the gospel's call to love each other and always look out for the least among us. He encouraged Jesuit schools to develop men and women for and with others that will help to create a world full of love, justice, and compassion. Cristo Rey Jesuit presents this award each year at commencement to the member of the senior class who best exemplifies the spirit of Father Pedro Arrupe. It's the student who has gone above and beyond our school's community service requirements, who has shown compassion to those less fortunate, and who reveals a great understanding of the Jesuits' focus on character and values by being a voice for the voiceless time and again at our school and in our community. This student shows an appreciation for the never-ending need to call for social change in ways that are both big and small. He demonstrated capacity to be a peacemaker in the school and in the writer community, along with a genuine desire to develop a personal spirituality as a guiding force in their own life. This year's senior awardee has lived out these values, especially in caring for our common home, helping not only to serve our local Baltimore community, but also leading and organizing fellow students to take initiative and care for our city. The student selected for this year's award receives today a certificate and a Cristo Rey Medal of Honor. It is my special honor to present to you the winner of the class of 2025 Pedro Arrupe Award, Solomon Kirby.
I invite our principal, Dr. Joseph Matala, to the stage to present the Cristo Rey Way Award.
Good morning. The Cristo Rey Way Award is presented each year at commencement to the member of the senior class who most exemplifies the qualities of the Cristo Rey Way. What does this mean? The award honors the student who has consistently demonstrated sterling character, personal integrity, excellent attendance, a caring disposition, a clear commitment to community service, and a steadfast work ethic. That's a tall order, but I can tell you, as principal, that we are fortunate at Cristo Rey Jesuit to have students in the class of 2025 and in every grade who live up to these standards day in and day out. This, of course, makes the selection process a satisfying but challenging task. We look for the senior who is always eager to help other students, who is honest in all dealings, who has prioritized academic study and work-study job performance, and who goes the extra distance to be an engaged and model citizen in school and in the community. The awardee receives today a specially commissioned Medal of Honor that bears the inscription in Latin, Ad Maiorem Dei Gloriam, which means, for the greater glory of God. I am honored to present to you the winner of the class of 2025 Cristo Rey Award, Kamori Korpru.
And now, please welcome to the podium our president, Mr. Walter Reed Sr.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, trustees, faculty and staff, proud parents, grandparents, and family members, and most of all, distinguished members of Cristo Rey Jesuit's 15th graduating class, the class of 2025. It is my distinct honor to stand before you to introduce the individual who will present our commencement address. You may have read one of her books, or listened to her podcasts, or even seen her on television. Maybe you've watched one of her shows she's produced on MTV. She's a scholar, a teacher who is at the forefront of communications, and she's an activist for social change. Dr. Casonia Wise Whitehead is a perfect example of the principle that when you have something important that needs to be done, you give it to the busy person, because that's the person who will get it done. And she has a long list of getting things done here in Baltimore, across the country, and around the world. She is the professor of communication and African American studies at Loyola University, Maryland, where she also serves as the founding executive director of the Carson Institute for Race, Peace, and Social Justice. You can listen to her radio show, Today with Dr. K, on WEAA 88.9 FM. She is also an editorial opinion writer for the Baltimore Afro-American newspaper. Dr. Whitehead received her bachelor's degree at Lincoln University and her master's degree in international peace studies at the University of Notre Dame. She also holds a graduate degree from the New York Film Academy in advanced documentary and narrative filmmaking. Dr. Whitehead received her PhD in language literacy and culture at the University of Maryland, Baltimore County. Early in her career, she was a middle school teacher here in Baltimore City Public Schools. As a filmmaker, Dr. Whitehead has received 3 award nominations, including 1 for the Twin Towers: A History. 3 Emmy Award nominations, She's twice been named one of Maryland's top 100 women. The Baltimore Sun has called her the best radio host. Essence magazine honored her as one of our nation's top Black women for advocating for change. She has been recognized for her contributions to human rights and social justice by the Amistad Committee. And along the way, she's had time to publish 4 books. Because you may like to learn more about Dr. Whitehead and her many interests, we've placed links to more about her on our website under Commencement Day. And now, I am delighted to turn the podium over to Dr. Casonia Whitehead, affectionately known as Dr. K, to share with you her thoughts that will set us on the right path for success. Thank you.
So before I begin and even get started with my greetings, I wanted to ask one of the teachers, Mr. Quinn, to come forward. So class of 2025, I do have one final lesson for you. So he's going to pass this box to the student that's sitting right here front row. Yes, you. And what I'd like you to do, so I need you to understand the directions before you do anything. I need every single student to open the box and look at it, because the heart of my message is in this box. So you're going to take it down to each row, and the last person here will take it over to this side. So by the time I get finished, I'm expecting this gentleman in the front here to have the box. Are we good? All right, let's get started. So I bring you greetings to your principal, Mr. William Reap, to the faculty and staff of Cristo Rey, to the family and friends, and to our distinguished and talented and smart and good-looking class of 2025. Congratulations, you have made it. You have made it. Now, I will say to the parents in the back, just 2 weeks ago, I was sitting where you're sitting now. When my youngest son was graduating from college, I was crying, not because he was finishing, but because he was off of my payroll. There's something to celebrate when you can start moving employees on and getting them out on their own. So I know how you feel. Class of 2025, you are very special to me. because you are the most diverse graduating class in the history of this country. You are the largest graduating class in the history of this country. 2025, you are the ones we have been waiting for. And that's a charge you have to take. I want to talk to you today in a little bit of time I have. Where's my box? How's it coming? I'm going to keep checking on it. Because you are our future doctors and lawyers. You are our future content creators and producers, our future mechanics and HVAC workers. You will pave our roads and design our cars. You will fix our computers and write our novels. The future is bright because you are in it. There's never going to be another moment when people are going to stop and recognize just how special you are because you have finished the first leg of your race. I am clear in understanding you have so many races in front of you, but this one is done. I am as excited for the person who finished at the top of the class, the valedictorian, the salutatorian. What a commitment to your dedication. What a commitment to your hard work. What an excellent speech, young man. I'm excited for you, but I'm also excited for the ones that just barely made it across the finish line. The ones you know who you are. The ones talking to teachers. Can you change that F to a D? Can you push that D to a C? You just made it across the finish line. But here's the deal. Whether you are at the top of the class or the one coming up at the bottom, the point is you're the class of 2025 and you are done. However you finish, you are done. And that leads into my first point, and I only have 5, so make sure my box is making its way. Point number 1 is where you start doesn't have to be where you finish. You have the ability to write your own story again and again. You alone will determine how high you go, how far you run, and who will finish with you. There is no one that determines your path better than you. You write your own story. You are running a marathon, not a sprint. It doesn't matter when you show up because every day you look in the mirror and you realize you're only running against yourself. Don't look to your left and don't look to your right. There's nobody there. This is your race. This is your life. These are your choices. And the thing about becoming an adult, and trust me, when you walk out the door, I call you a mini adult because you're going back home to your parents' house, I'm sure. Somebody's feeding you today. Somebody's paying mortgage for you right now. But at some point, you're going to move from mini adult to being a real adult, where the bills will come in your name. You will cry that day. And trust me, you will cry until they stop. And the thing about bills, they never stop coming. They will show up each and every time. You're going to experience great successes, and you're going to experience some really hard failure. But you're going to make it, because what you are doing right now is you're getting poured into by the people behind you. They have been cheering for you. They've been getting you up in the morning, stuffing bagels down your throat, rushing you off to school, picking you up, getting you to practice, checking your grades, helping, and I will not lie, sometimes doing your homework. They were there for you, and now they are here for you. You should probably thank your people and hold them close, because the sum of who you are will be measured by the people who show up, not when you win, but when you lose. Who is going to be standing beside you? And trust me, it's the people who are sitting behind you. 2025, you are here today because the people behind you have carried you, cried for you, pushed you, cajoled you, dragged you, threatened you, and did everything they could to get you here. Understand, your graduation is their graduation too. This is your moment as well. I say that because when I got my PhD from UMBC with Dr. Freeman Rabowski, he called my name right before I got hooded, and he said, "Dr. K. Wise Whitehead, where are you in the audience?" And I stood up, and I looked to my right, and my sons at 4 and 5 years old were standing up as well. And so I asked them later, when Dr. Rabowski called my name, "Why did you stand up?" And they said, "Well, Mommy, you said when you graduate, we all graduate." I said, "We do. When one of us succeeds, we all succeed." It's their graduation day as well. Now, where's my box? How's it coming? Keep it going. Point 2. When you fall on your back. Because if you can look up, then you can get up. Now, I was in 5th grade the first time I got bullied. And I remember her name, Malvadine Johnson McRae. She tortured me to no end. And I went crying to my father, asking him, "Please come and talk to the principal. Make Malvadine leave me alone." And my dad, in all his wisdom as a pastor, instead of coming to the school, he taught me how to fight. He said, "You need to draw a line in the sand, and you need to quote Job 38:11. Now, as I mentioned, my dad is a Baptist minister, so most of my lessons came straight from the Word. Job 38:11 says, "This far you may come, but no farther. And here's where your proud waves must stop." He said, when people try to bully you, when they try to erase you, when they try to disregard you, when they try to invalidate you, when they try to fail you, when they try to keep you back, when they try to ignore you, draw a line in the sand and say, "This far you may come, but no farther." You don't let people into your space, because if you do, they will destroy you. You have to draw the line and say, "This is where you will stop, and you will come no closer to who I am, because I am the child of," and add your parents' name there. And because of that, I know how to walk with my head up high. I know how to throw my shoulders back when no one's believing in me. I know how to speak words of love and truth over myself, because if no one believes in me, I know that I do. He said, your Goliath today is Malvadine, but tomorrow that Goliath will be racism. It will be sexism. It will be white supremacy. It will be an authoritarian fascist regime, and we've got to say, you can come this far and no farther. We have to do the work. So when you fall, class of 2025, fall on your back. Because if you can look up, what can you do? You can get up. Where's my box? Making its way through. Thank you. Point number 3. You have to believe that you can change the world. And you have to believe in even if nobody else does. You've got to have the true mark of courage. Courage means we stand up for what we believe in. Courage means we may have to do it alone. Courage means we have to be able to bless ourselves. When my youngest son was 4 years old, and I've told this story all over the world, he was upstairs in his room playing by himself. And you don't understand this yet, class of 2025, but your parents do. Sometimes when they get 4, you can go get a cup of coffee for a minute, right? You can leave them to play for just a second. And he sneezed and he yelled out really loud, "God bless you, Amir." Now, I'm not just a mom, I'm also a researcher. So I called him downstairs and I said, "Buddy, when you were upstairs and you sneezed, why did you say, 'God bless you, Amir'? Why did you bless yourself?" With all his 4-year-old wisdom, he looked up at me and he said, "Well, Mommy, sometimes when you're by yourself, you've got to bless yourself." I'm like, "You do. Sometimes when you are by yourself, you've got to bless yourself." The Bible says you are fearfully and wonderfully made. So you got to be able to look in the mirror and say, God bless you, Kay. It's okay that you didn't get that promotion. And God bless you, Kay. It's all right that you walked away from that guy. And God bless you, Kay. I know you got $20 and $30 worth of bills. You gonna make it because you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Class of 2025, there are gonna be days when it's gonna get dark. Days when the storms are going to come. Days when you're trying to figure out how to get from A to B. You've got to believe that you can change the world even if nobody else believes it. Because the world that you're living in is one that you are creating. The world that you're living in, we've never lived before. We've never lived in a world of AI. We've never lived in a world of authoritarianism. We've never lived in a world of all these issues. You have all the answers, and they're hidden inside of you. You have everything you need to help us to chart the way forward. So you have to believe you can change the world even when nobody else does. Point 4, and I'm almost done. You got to believe that there's something bigger than yourself. See, when I was your age, and I started thinking about my high school graduation, I don't remember the commencement speaker, so I'm sure in about 30 years you're going to forget me, but that's okay. I was absolutely convinced when I was sitting where you're sitting, I was absolutely convinced that the world revolved around me and everyone else was just too stupid to figure it out, right? I was like, I know it all revolves around me, and it took some hard lessons. I learned them very early on, hard lessons, to realize that the world does not revolve around me, it revolves around the sun. And then I realized I don't have to be the sun to be able to shine. I can still use all my talents. I can still use all my time. I can still use all my treasures, and I can create miracles exactly where I stand. Miracles don't have to be the same miracles that somebody else is creating. These are my miracles with my talent, my time, and my treasure. 2025, you got to be able to create miracles where you stand. Dr. King absolutely nailed it when he said, you don't have to see the whole staircase to take the next step. Faith is knowing that when you come to the end of all that you know, and you're preparing to step off in the darkness, that God will either give you something very strong to stand on, or he will teach you how to fly. You are a miracle walking, and you just don't know it yet. Point number 5. Now, all of you have looked in that box. Thank you, Mr. Quinn. I have a question to ask you because your parents and friends and families and grandparents and cousins and aunts and uncles and nieces and nephews, they didn't look in the box. So, class of 2025, I have one question. What was in the box, something or nothing? Nothing was in the box? There's point number 5. That box is actually full. I've had that box since I got dropped off at college. When my father dropped me off at Lincoln University, I was crying. I was sad. I didn't know what was going to happen. Am I going to make friends? Am I going to meet my husband? What's going to happen to me in college? And my dad said, don't worry. I got something for you on your bed. When we drive away, go in there and grab this big old box and hold on to it. Give me about an hour and a half to get home, and then call me so we can open the box together. This is the day before cell phone. So I couldn't cry because I was excited about the box. What was in it? Was it money? Was it something new? It was a huge box. So an hour and a half passed. I ran out to the phone booth, waited for this girl to get off. That might have been Malvadine, I don't know. Waited for her to finish. Called my dad, collect. He said, do you have the big box in front of you? I said, I do. He said, well, go ahead and open it. So I opened up this huge box, and inside was this. And I said, Dad, I got the small box. And I thought maybe it was my grandmother's pearls. Maybe it was a check and some cash. He said, go ahead and open it. And I opened it up. And like you, I was like, Dad, there's nothing in the box. And my dad said, that's because you're looking with your natural eye. He said, in this box is every prayer that your mother and I made over you. Every time we had a dream, we put it in the box. Every time we cried because we didn't know where you were, we put it in the box. Every time we were upset and we wanted to say something, we stopped and we just put it in the box. Every time you made us realize that you were the child we had to hold on to, we put that in the box. Your grandmother prayed in this box. Your grandfather prayed in this box. Your family prayed in this box. So when they tell you you can't make it, go back to the box. Because the box is who we are. The box is your family. The box is your dream. I have held on to this box since I graduated from high school. I've kept this box. When I dropped my son off at college at Rhodes, he was all emotional, getting ready to cry. I said, don't worry, baby, I'll put something on your bed. And give me about 30 minutes, cell phone days, and just give me a call. Let's open the box together. And we opened the box, and I gave him the same speech, and he held on to this box. And then he bought the box when we dropped my youngest off at college. And my youngest is all emotional, getting ready to cry. And my oldest goes, you know what, buddy? I left you something on your bed. I took that box back. It's back on my shelf. Because even now, there are days when I'm like, am I going to be okay? What's going to happen in this country? What do I want to do next? Who do I want to be? Even at my age, I go back to the box. See, you may show up as one person, but you got thousands of your ancestors standing behind you, and they have prayed for you. They have loved you. They have laughed with you. They have cried for you and because of you. There are ancestors that are in this room that you don't even see because they showed up a long time ago when the slave ships came over. They survived for you this moment. You are the hope and the dreams of our ancestors. You're the reason why they didn't give up. You're the reason why we survived. You're the reason why we keep going on. Class of 2025, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. I am so proud of you. I'm rooting for you. Stand tall on what you know to be true, and don't let anybody take you off your path. God bless you.
Wow. On behalf of all of us here today, thank you, Dr. Whitehead, for your timely and inspirational message. Thank you. Allow me this moment to tell you about the valedictorian of the class of 2025. It's easy to think that the selection of the class valedictorian is a simple matter. The principal just has to identify the student who has achieved the highest academic grade point average amongst the 81 seniors over the past 4 years. Well, yes, but the principal is not too difficult a task, but don't be fooled by that. Because for the student who reaches this academic pinnacle, the journey is anything but easy. It's filled with challenges, homework-filled nights, careful class presentations, a keen attention to detail, and maybe just a small dash of good luck. The class of 2020-25 valedictorian has been honored this week with a collection of awards and recognition to fill a scrapbook, and it's justly deserved. She has set the bar for academic excellence in the class of 2025. Regina Chicas de la Cruz has consistently demonstrated a willingness to take intellectual risks and push herself beyond the normal classroom experience. All during her years at Cristo Rey Jesuit, she has been a model of perseverance and success. In the fall, Regina will be going to the University of Maryland, College Park to study animal sciences. Yes, I can tell you from knowing Regina that this student is going places. But right now, she's going to come up here. Regina, I invite you to join me at the podium. On behalf of her classmates, I am honored to present to you Regina Chicas de la Cruz, Valedictorian of the class of 2020-25.
Buenos días, maestros y maestras, familias, amigos y graduantes de la clase de 2025. Good morning, teachers, families, friends, and fellow graduates of the class of 2025. My name is Regina Chicas de la Cruz. It is an honor for me to be standing here in front of you today, and an even greater honor to be sharing this special moment with all of you. I would like to take a moment to give a special thanks to my friends who made my high school years much more memorable, as well as Mr. and Mrs. Cochran, who have been showing my family and I support since we were in middle school. I am forever grateful for all that your family has done for mine. También quiero darles las gracias a mis padres por siempre confiar en mí y recordarme de mis metas. Today is more than just a celebration of our achievements. It is a moment for us to look back and reminisce. It feels like just yesterday when we were getting ready to begin our first week of freshman year. Depending on who you ask, some would say they miss those memories of being young and clueless about the world of possibility that awaits them. Others would tell you that they wish to never repeat those moments ever again. Whoever you may be, we all experienced something as we started out at Cristo Rey Jesuit. And as we now move forward to whatever our paths may be, we will leave behind some version of ourselves that may or may not fit into the future we are growing into. Como cualquier niña chiquita, yo no sabía qué era lo que quería hacer con mi vida. Solo sabía que quería trabajar duro como mis padres y sobresalir en mis estudios como mis hermanas. No fue hasta la secundaria que supe quién era. Soy una persona simpática, positiva, amable, a veces tímida, pero siempre comprensiva. Para encontrar a la persona que soy ahora, tuve que dejar la persona que era antes. As I see it, finding who you are is never an easy process. But leaving that small part of you behind is something that many of us can't seem to let go of. My message to you today, as we walk out into a new chapter in our lives, is to let go. To my fellow classmates, let's let go of our past. Let's take a moment to recollect those memories and feel them. But let's not lose who we are now and who we are meant to be to the memories of who we once were. To the families here today and to those supporting from afar, embrace the changes your loved one is going through. It is not easy seeing the young individuals before you, now 17 and 18 years old, begin a whole new stage in their journey when it feels as though it was only yesterday that they were carefree children full of energy and innocence, running about without a care in the world. As we move forward, know that these changes, though inevitable, have been achievable because of your unwavering support, and for that, we are deeply grateful. Lastly, it is incredible to look back and see how far we've come since we first walked through Cristo Rey Jesuit's doors. How this place, once unfamiliar, has become such a big part of our lives. But as someone once said, this isn't a home, it's where you grew up, not where you are supposed to be. These words remind us that while this place shaped us, our true path lies ahead. Before I close, I wanted to say thank you to my family, all of my family, for supporting me no matter what each day looked like. Y finalmente, para mi familia, hindi na kalo naman ng kula, with sao. Gracias. Thank you.
And now, The moment has arrived. We are about to present to all of you here the members of the Cristo Rey Jesuit High School, class of 2020-25.
The following members of the Cristo Rey Jesuit High School class of 2025 have successfully completed the prescribed courses of studies and fulfilled all of their responsibilities. I am delighted to say they are invited to now come forward to be presented here today with their high school diplomas. Theodore Alston. Leslie Patrice Ramos. Desmond Benson. Tavon Brown. Yasmin Brown. Madison Brunson. Anaya Bunch.
Rocio Cano Candia. Bryn Carroll. Mirari Carter. Dylan Carvajal Barrientos. Daryl Chapman. Regina Chicas de la Cruz.
Jay Coleman. Javion Colon. Kamari Kapru. Shalia Crawford. Daryl Crenshaw.
Aide Cuatle Ventura. Kyrie Daniels. Jocelyn Dominguez. Samaya Dudley. Estrella Enriquez Corona.
Noah Francis. Tyron Fullwood. Dwayne Grady Jr. Anaya Grebos. Michael Handy III. Janira Harvey.
Cameron Hagee. Ricardo Isaula Aguilar. Alana Jackson. Morgan Jackson. Dalen Johnson. Darrell Jones.
Paris Jones. JC Kadima. Solomon Kirby. Glenn Lee III. Kanaya Leslie. Khalil Martin. Caleb McDaniel. Samaya Moore.
Siriana Nieves. Caden O'Brien. Emily Ocampo Dominguez. John Osorio. Genesis Oyola Vasquez.
Taylor Perry. Vanessa Peters Johnson. Nikira Petaway.
Kimberly Portillo Bermudez. Nick Protopapas.
Shannon Riley Jr. Aisha Rivera. Riley Rivera Burrito. Calvin Robinson. Jamari Robinson. Fernando Rodriguez Mendoza. Pablo Roman.
Melanie Sanchez Gavilan. Erika Sánchez Soriano. Karen Sandoval Reyes. Madison Sewell. Aaliyah Smith. Odalis Tapia Aguilar. Paul Tenezaka Yupa.
Khalil Thomas. Alexandria Thornton. Jesus Torres Sanchez. Paris Tripp, come on. Braxton Turner Boyd. Isaiah Van Preston.
Douglas Velasquez. Andrea Velis. Damond Walker.
Cheyenne Whitaker. Jeremiah White.
Lamira Woodard.
Ebenezer Naomi Yamba. Now, class of 2025, please turn and face the audience. All right. Class of 2025, you may now move your tassel from the right side of your motorboard to the left. Congratulations. Class of 2025, you can now be seated.
We will now enjoy Dear High School by Carolina Rial. It will be performed by our soloist, Anaya Bunch, a member of the senior class, and her accompanist, Jeremiah Haynes, a member of class of 2020-23.
School, you were what I wished for. There's tears and confetti covering the floor. As I walk the halls one final time. Think of my mom saying 4 years will fly by. Dear high school, am I supposed to move on? When I wanna turn back the clock, you push me out ready at night. How do I face my future without everyone from my past to know my backstory, everything about me? Dear high school, how do I find my place when you're all I've ever known? A safe place to grow when you tell me to go. Dear high school, will this feeling ever really sink in? To be honest, kinda feels like I'm dreaming. Get to thinking of packing my things, loading the cart, God, it's moving too quickly. Dear high school, stop pushing me out the door. How do I face my future without everyone from my past to know my backstory, everything about me? Dear high school, how do I find my place when you're all I've ever known? A safe place to grow, now you tell me to go. Dear high school, ba-ba-da, 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 oh, 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 ba-ba-da, ba-ba-da, ba-ba. And I wanna turn back the clock. You push me out ready at night. How do I face my future without everyone from my past to know my backstory, everything about me? Dear high school, how do I find my place when you're all I've ever known? A safe place to grow, now you tell me to go. Dear high school, ba-ba-da, 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 whoa, 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 ba-ba-da, ba-ba-da, ba-ba. Dear high school, you weren't what I wished for.
Thank you, Anaya and Jeremiah. That was beautiful. We will close this joyous day with a benediction offered by the Reverend Gregory Chisholm, S.J., a Cristo Rey Jesuit trustee and the Superior for Jesuits in Baltimore. Father Chisholm.
I'm Father Gregory Chisholm. I'm the superior of all those Jesuits who are active in preaching God's word and teaching young people in Baltimore. I'm going to ask you to join me in a final benediction over the 2025 graduates of Cristo Rey Jesuit High School, a group of graduates that Dr. Whitehead has reminded us are beautifully and wonderfully made. We give God thanks for them this morning, and we ask Jesus Christ for an abundance of graces and blessings on our graduates as they leave high school. And finally, we ask the blessing of the Holy Spirit on all who are present here in this cathedral. Now, for this benediction, I'm going to ask that the graduates of Cristo Rey Jesuit remain seated as we pray. And I ask all the family members, all of the friends, all of our faculty, all of our staff, and our trustees to please stand as we offer a benediction. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. We offer our thanks to God for the members of the class of 2025. They have walked with dignity and determination the Lord's path at Cristo Rey Jesuit, inspired as they have been by the teaching of St. Ignatius of Loyola. And so, Lord Jesus, we ask you to teach them to be generous. Teach them to recognize when those around them are in need. Teach them to give of themselves. Teach them to serve you, Jesus, as you deserve. Teach them to act out of love toward their neighbors. Teach them to live out the Ignatian call, to give and not to count the cost, to give freely of their gifts, to give and expect nothing in return, to fight and not to heed the wounds, to fight for what is right and good in this world, to fight against the sin and the evil of racism in all its insidious forms, to fight for and with those on the margin and for the voiceless, to toil and not to seek for rest, to toil for their good and for the good of their community, to toil for the greater glory of God, to labor and not to seek reward, to labor for the rights of those less fortunate, to labor for the good of Baltimore and the good of the world. Lord, let our graduates give, fight, toil, and labor, knowing that they do your will. And may your love and your grace be enough for them. And finally, may the Spirit of God pour out blessings on every one of us present in this cathedral, granting us joy in the journey, courage for the choices we must make, faith in the song of freedom for all, hope enough to respond to all hurt and all sadness, and love to last all days, till our lives in harmony join God in endless praise. En el nombre del Padre, y del Hijo, y del Espíritu Santo. Amén.
Our trustees, faculty, and staff will lead our new graduates in the procession, bringing us to the close of today's celebration. We wish the graduates Godspeed, and we offer each and every one of you here, both in person and via our streaming of the commencement exercises, our heartfelt and sincere thanks for sharing today with us. And now, trustees, honored guests, families, and friends, we welcome the 81 newest alumni of Cristo Rey Jesuit High School.